Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back to Satisfactory episode 13. Hey, how you doing today? I hope you're all having a great day. I got my coffee, so the day is definitely off to a better start. So, what are we looking at, you might be asking? Well, that's an awful lot of stuff going on down there. That's a big-ass building.
Everybody, good morning.
Oh, hey, geez, what the heck is that? Let's stop turning that off. Okay. Hi, everyone. Sorry about that interruption there. That constantly interrupting me. Yeah, you might be looking down there and going, what is that? Well, that is the factory. I've been a little bit busy over the course of the week here, and I got all of the walls put in, as well as some other things. So yes, I got this building all finished up and got a little bit of decorative in there. Got to keep remembering we have these wonderful signs, and I got all the quartz crystal I could possibly want. But yes, I've closed everything now. So all of our iron works, all of our steel works, as well as that. Let me just run over here. Whoop. I realized that I had to add one whole new production line, and that is for our heavy modular frames. Let me get out photo mode here, and we go in here. Yes, these guys. I wasn't making any heavy modular frames. I am making them now. They are kind of important at this stage. So I built this little additional section down here. It's kind of a self-contained for the most part. You know, all the bits and pieces getting made up and then just incorporated into the overall factory. As well as that, like I said, I've been a little busy boy the last few days. Is if I run across here, I've also now given myself a munitions factory, which means I've got the rifle. So I did a little bit of searching around. I did a little bit of working on the man here. Got all my recipes set up. I got to put my lights fixed in here, so give me half a sec. So first thing I got to do is go get the code, and I have that. And what I'm talking about light fix is the they definitely nerfed this in update 1 with the Unreal 5, is that the global illumination is kind of weak. But if you go into the description of the video, again, I have this line, and you paste that line into the console and hit enter, it ups the global illumination, returning it to what it was basically in update 0.8, so that just makes the signs actually as functional lights in here. But yes, I made a munitions factory. Again, everything's kind of in here. We got all our boom booms, we got our Nobelexes, we've got rifle ammunition, which is all going over to here, where I can pick up cluster Noblex. I have your regular rifle round, as well as the homing rifle round. Why the two different rifle rounds? The homing rifle round, well, it homes, so it makes it much easier to hit things. But the regular rifle is a bigger caliber, which means it does more damage per round. So I like to keep both. And that's pretty much all I really overly need for ammunition. I could do the explosive rebar and stuff, but I've got cluster Noblex. I'm not going to go and, you know, do that big ass, all the work for putting in something that I don't rarely use. So I'm pretty good with that for my munitions. So what is the plan today? Well, the plan today, and this is I did have to set up a sulfur line, so this is the sulfur receiving station. You can see that is quite full. Is if we look at our power here, yeah, oh my God, my power is fluctuating like crazy here. Yeah, so power is becoming a bit of an issue. So I'm going to need to go straighten that out. So you can see my production capacity and my max capacity are so really wrong here. What's going on over here? You guys doing your thing? Everyone's doing their fuel? Yeah, you're all burning your fuel. Yeah, you're all burning 100%. Everyone's got their fuel. Yep, you are 100%. Not sure why it looks like my max production power is fluctuating. Yeah, no, everyone's running. Everyone's doing their thing. Oh, those are the refineries. What about the fuel plants? That maybe might be useful to check. Yeah, so I've only got 5 fuel generators here. So they're not, you know, really doing me a lot of good. I mean, they're giving me some power. Yeah, this guy's having some issues here. So, Who's the problem child? I got to replace this. And that's, I think, what my plan today is going to be. Nope, everyone is working. It's just, we're at capacity here. Okay, so let me get into a position here. Oh, so I also unlock a radar tower so I can see where things are here. So if we have a look at the map here, and we kind of zoom in, I do have oil all over the place. I've got a nice oil well right here. It's a lovely pure one. I've got an oil well here. Oh, did I pick the wrong one? And I got one here. Oops, I think I may have grabbed the wrong one. So let's go have a little quick ride here. I love the jetpack. They really do. All right. I also like the new my hypertube system. I like everything in the game now. They've done such a good job. Still don't know if there's half walls. I would really want half wide walls. Like, come on. There's so many design choices that are forced upon me because we don't have that. All right, so I did tap an oil well over there. Now I'm starting to think that I may have tapped the wrong one, which means I may have to fix that. But as long as I can get 600 oil out of it, I'm okay. So we're gonna go all the way down to the end here. There we go. And right over here. Nope, that's not it. Where's the oil well? This must be my oil well. Yep, that's the fluid station. Very effective way of getting around. Yeah, so there's my fluid station. Okay, so I haven't tapped this one yet. Did I grab the impure or the pure? Of course, that's the impure. Oh, man. What did I do to myself? Let's put an oil extractor on this guy here. Let's face you that way. I mean, if I can get you up to 600, I'm okay. No, there's no way in hell. Well, poop. Oops. Okay, so that's the problem. Where's the next oil well? It's over here somewhere. You know, I've had all week to be working on this, and can't believe I did that kind of basic script. Okay, so there it is right there. And it's a short-ish pipeline. Probably easier than, yeah, probably going to be a lot easier than running a whole new road. And that way I can use that for supplemental. Okay, so that's where we gonna get our oil supply. Because there is oil scattered all throughout this desert here. And it is just going to be for power if I pull any of the rubber or plastic out of it. So I've got a normal here. I've got this impure that I'm sitting on, and I've also got this pure node here. So I'm going to run a pipeline. It's just probably going to be easier for me. So I'll run a pipeline to that pure node there, and then we're going to ship it out, which brings up the next question is where... Ooh, I've also got an impure down there. Where am I going to build a power generation facility? Because I've done the math, and the math states... And let me bring that up and whoop. So looking at the math here, whoop, that's the wrong factory. We got, where's my fuel calculation? That would be, where did I put my fuel calculation? There it is. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the old one. Pretty sure I thought I did a fuel. There it is. 80 fuel generators. So if I can get 600 crude flowing, I'm going to get 400 of these guys. So the polymer resin, which I can turn easily into either residual rubber or residual plastic with just by adding water. And then using the diluted fuel recipe. Now, I've got both the diluted fuel and I've got the packaged diluted fuel. Now, the difference is, of course, is the packaged diluted fuel, I actually have blueprints ready to go for those. So if we pop back into the game quickly here, and turn that off there, and we look in my blueprints, so we go Q and blueprints, I have added in my usual fuel stages. So that is for the packaged fuel. It'll just put in crude, put in water, give it some containers, and it's a full self-sealed system. I've used it. I love it. It's one of the best blueprint systems I've come up with. The problem is I think I kind of want to do something different. So that's why I'm looking at just doing the regular diluted fuel. It's a much simpler, so it's 20 refineries. I'm gonna need to get a whole crap load of water moving. That's the challenge, because you know that's 3 pipelines of water. So you know there's going to be a weird bit of distribution as well as here. That's going to have to be 3 sections, so I'll have to balance it out. I'll probably do 20 on a line. So yeah, I find this is going to be a little bit more different. It's just something different, and that's what I want to set up today, or at least get a good start on. And the first thing is one, picking a location. So we'll move that and then move that. So if we look at our map here, is picking a location. And I'm thinking, I'm here right now. If we go kind of right along here, we've got this massive body of water. I mean, we can't go very far this way without coming into the exclusion zone that we have. But I got a whole lot of water this way. I honestly also got a lot of water this way. I want to transport the oil, and I just realized is that I could probably just right where I am, but no, I need this space. But there's lots of space right here. Oh, I don't know what to do now, because I could build it literally all right here. What do I do about the water? That's the question, is how do I get the water? Because I've got a bit of a lake up here. Can you tell I didn't get that far in my thinking? Because the waterfalls are right over there. Could run power lines. I'm gonna get boosted speed here. How much water are you doing? You're doing 120 per minute. I need 1600. So 1600 divided by 120. So I need 14, let's say 14 water generators or water extractors. How much space do I need for 14 water extractors? Let me do a little bit of elevation change here. And this is why I like the liquid biofuel, is because it has got such a lovely slow burn time. And if you pulse your jetpack, you can actually get quite a bit of elevation. So we're just going to go up and run away from this stinky plant. So I'm going to try to get up here. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. Sorry for the face full of cliff. Kind of doing the fly thing. Okay, here we go. And we're up. Almost. Hey, there's a purple slug there. Cool. Yeah, there is a bunch of water up here as well. Ooh, look at that Mercer sphere. So, not the most useful water. Yeah, I mean, there is lots of space. So I could go, nope, stay away from those. So I could get my water from up here. Nope. So I could get my water from up here and then just run some pipelines off the edge here. I mean, 13 is a weird number, so, or 14, it doesn't divide quite evenly. I mean, I've got all of that space here, and I do have all of that space there. I could wait a, you know what? Maybe that's the way I'm gonna do it. I mean, I've already put this station in here, but I could use that as a receiving station just as easily. So if I need to expand the fuel or the power plant, I can ship it in because there's more oil. I've got another radar tower down here, so I'm getting good reports back. So there is more oil scattered hither and thither. Let's see if we can get in close. What are you? So you're normal, so I can get that a lot of oil from. So, you know, there's lots of crude oil just within the vicinity that I could ship here for expansion. So I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. Gonna be shipping the water a long way though. I was kind of hoping not to get into pipelines, but I don't know. The truck. Oh, hello. I'll take you. Just gonna go over here, see if there's any more water further along. No, I didn't think there was, but I wanted to double check. That's pretty much the big body of water is feeding the waterfall. Bit of an awkward space, but you know, it's plenty deep enough. And I definitely could get the all of the stations in there. I'm also going to see if I can get rid of these guys here, because they are very much in my way. Okay, so I'm going to first of all, let's change over to the rifle animal because I want the bigger bunch. These guys are heavy duty, so we're just going to go bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Uh-oh. Oh, they didn't respond, so I guess they're just out of reach. And reload. Yeah, so the difference is that the homing, these guys take 2 clips. That's still out of reach. Whereas with these rifles, I can do it in half a clip. Oh, you sneaky little bastard. Let's see if I can clip this guy up here. That's another one. Let's reload. No, I can't seem to get those. Okay, well, let's come at it from a different angle here. Oh, hello. Let's change to the homing. Get gilded. See, that's why the homing rifle's good. Rapid fire mass destruction. Oh, you're dead. Now you are. You little bastard was playing possum. Okay. Let's go back to the regular rifle ammo now. This is, having the rifle is so much nicer. Oh, and also I figured out why I wasn't seeing the elevator. I hadn't bought it yet. I forgot that the elevator is actually something you get from the gift shop. So I do have an elevator. I'll show it to you. All right, can I get any of these guys from here? I don't want to get too close to those are the super bug pods. They spit out 6, the little bastards. And I do not want 6 of them chasing me, so we're gonna go. There we go, that got that one. Let's see, where is that other fella? There you are. I should be able to tag him from up here. fall off. Don't fall off. Come on. Just need a line of sight. There it is. And bang, 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 bang. Oh no. No! Okay, well. At least I'm not within their range. And I can now pick these guys off with the homing stuff. Oh, hey, look, there's a cassette tape. Oh, cool. I got one of the musics. And so this wasn't about getting slugs. This is just a happenstance. I needed to get rid of all these guys anyway, because I think that's what I'm going to do here. I have a genesis of a plan. It is not the plan I was planning at any point, but it is the plan I think that is going to work. There are a lot of slugs here, but it is the plan that's going to work for me. All right, one more slug. There he is, and we'll get the hatcher guts. Where else was there hatcher guts? And one more slug over here. I'm not really, you know, super hunt the slug kind of guy, but you know, when they're right here, I'm going to be working right here, I might as well. All right, that's got all those. Okay, so let's also, yeah, so I'm going to clear out some of the flora and fauna here, and we can go to our cluster. We're going to need to select the cluster. There we go. I am very fond of the cluster ammo, and that's one of them down. Bye-bye. I'll take the berries. How are you not dead? That's from above. And boom. Again, how are you not dead? Seriously. Alright, I think that has secured the premises. So now, oh, not quite. I just have to start getting this stuff. There we go. God, the sound design in this game sometimes is just so impressive. Okay, so now I have to I have to figure out a way of making sure that these guys all line up. You know what? I think I might still ship the water. I don't know. How much the fluid trucks can transport. That is a lot of pipeline. Okay, I'm starting to rethink my plan here of using this as a water source. That is just way too far. And I am coming back to shipping. Because I'm only shipping 600 oil. If I'm going to ship anything, it's going to be the oil, not the water. Because the water is a lot more. That's where the the majority of the volume of the increase in the fuel is coming from. And I mean, it's like tripling the amount of fuel you get out from the 600 worth of oil. or crude. So I definitely want to be using the diluted. I think maybe along there. The terrain ain't great. Terrain good, terrain bad. Water supply good, water supply bad. I think I'm just going to have to eat it and do it here. Could shut down the coal plant. Oh. Yeah, I mean, once it's down, though. Because what I'm thinking here is I could put a truck station right here. Right in that space. Let me move this. Put a truck station right here, put a fluid station on it, and just have multiple, or for that fact, I could even put 3 in place. And they could just run up to there, but then why wouldn't I just run pipelines to there? Because it's 3 pipelines. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know what to do. Oh, the indecision. Yeah, that's the, you know, it is the desert. Water is going to be an issue. Getting power up here is not going to be that much of an issue. Where have I got the pipeline water? Let's just go right to here. In fact, let's just grab our power towers. And here we go. Power tower with platform. Trying to get out of that guy's range. I think I'm fine here. Nope, I'm gonna have to go down further anyway. Okay, well, you forced my end. There we go. Okay, so if I put power tower like right there. I mean, I got enough hot water here. Don't have quite enough there. Alright, we want our foundations. So snap to grid. And I can grab my power tower with platform. Put you right there. And connect you. Use the daisy chain off of that. Okay, so that's now energized. Now we could take you and see where we can go from here. Yeah, let's take it up to there. I'm gonna have to put some foundations down, but up we go. Anything interesting back here? No, not really. A little perch. And we're back up here. Alright, let's get rid of this clown. I don't want to just suddenly turn around and be dying. And reload, and hide you away. Okay. Now, let's get some more snap to it gritty. And probably over here. Yep, that'll do. And then I can get you up here. Like that. I will probably fall off because safety railings are not a thing apparently. Where shall you go? I could probably get you to go right there. All right, let's move our ways up. Report the gas and cleared. All right, line of sight. So I'm thinking right here. Let's snap the grid there. And give it a little bit more walk-in feeling. Here we go. All right, and come on. Okay, it should still be in range. I just have to convince it, thusly. Let's go 45. And make sure everyone's nice and even and centered. Can you be centered? No, you really can't, can you? I guess that is. Not that button. That button. Alright, now I should be able to connect down to that one. Excellent. And I do have my... No, I don't. I didn't make it yet. Okay, so I'm going to need to make something just to get some most use out of. So we're going to go grab ourselves a workshop. Let's just pop the workshop right here for now. And I want the zip line, which I need a Xeno Zapper. So let's make a Xeno Zapper. Here we go. Very nice having the dimensional depot. And we can then move this to one of our hand slots. Let's say we don't need the scanner right now. There we go. That means I can use this for getting around and getting up. Ow! Okay, that might be a little too steep. How about going the other direction? Sorry about that, I have a nasty tickle in my throat. Alright. Let's see if it'll make this corner. I mean, the power's obviously going up there. Oh. Come on, grab on. There we go. Not quite. It's a little bit steep. Maybe if I move it over further. But I like to be able to just, you know, use the zip line to get up and down. That would be ideal. So I'm going to see what happens if I move it over this way. But it has not quite a sharp an angle. But it's still within eyesight of the bottom guy there. Sure. And then I'll clean some of this up. Just like that. And that might be a little bit better. Anyway, now that I got this up here, let's start laying down and getting our fuel generator or our water extractors into place. So we'll put a little bit of a building across here. Yeah, see, that doesn't quite work. Yeah, so we'll go across here. And then we'll start coming out. height here. Alright, so that looks like that's going to be our deck height. So we'll run that out that way. Move. Don't come walking towards me like I have food. And run one back. Okay. So I also have unlocked the Mark II pipeline, so I did go in and do a bit of stuff in the hub, just to make sure that we're good to go. So we got all of our Mark II stuff, so we can do the 600 per minute. I feel that this top row doesn't need to be here. I don't know why I'm getting distracted by building a thing. Sorry, wrong button. Now that needs to be there. Not that one though. Let's grab some stairs. Let's make sure we're using matching. Just like that. Yep. We'll put some stairs here as well. So we'll go across. And we'll run some stairs like that and like that. There. Okay, so now I can kind of comfortably get around. That looks very precarious like that, so I want to fix that. So we'll go back into our foundations and we'll get our inverted. And let's get into the FICSIT. Not sure why I'm still using the FICSIT more than the concrete. I usually have fully transitioned to concrete by now, but nope. Okay, so here we go. We're going to be running our pipelines down that way. We're going to run 3 of them, so we're going to have 3 gangs. So 14, so we're going to do, whoops, that's not the right button. I want to go, there we go. So let's say 13 divided by 4. I should just send, no, 14 divided by 3, that's what I want. So it's 4 or 5 per line. How much in 600 divided by 120? So yeah, 5 extractors per 600 pipeline, which is only going to give me 1,500. How much freaking water do I need? Sorry, how much freaking water do I need? I need 1,600 water. Let's do some other math in here. 1,600 divided by 600. Right? Oh, it's 5 times 120 is 600. Okay, yeah, so it is 5 extractors per pipe. Okay, so we'll just do it that way. We'll just, and you know, if I have a surplus of water, I have a surplus of water. Kind of another advantage. It's going to be a bit of an effort getting the waterfall pipeline to go down. You know, we'll get it done. But the other advantage is that I'm not going to have to use pumps anywhere. In fact, if I tie one of my elevated water pipes into the existing water down there, all of the pumps that I'm having to rely on to make sure that water gets into my coal plant will be eliminated. The need for them will no longer be there, because the head lift is already higher than. It's like siphoning the water out of a pool, right? As long as the source of the level of the water is above where the water's going, it's going to flow, at least in the way the game is. So I could literally have my liquid going anywhere in here as long as it somehow ties into this water network. Just FYI. Okay, enough yammering. So I need to have enough room for 5 extractors per section. So what I'll do is we'll run that line that way. We'll grab the 1 meter and run it just under the surface of the water. So I want to see if I can get my extractors to sit on that, because it just makes it easier to place them. And we'll see how many we can get in here. So production, water extractor, and they are snapping lovely into place. Thank you very, very much. Now you can't nudge these guys, but you can hold them in place. And I'm gonna say you well, let's just put you there and see how that fits. Not great. And what I need to do is let's fill in the rest of this. Got all the concrete in the world now. That's a nice thing about spending all that time kind of getting your basics locked in. You know, it's not huge numbers, right? But it's enough numbers so that I can just now not worry about it. Let's get this iron or copper ore out of here. Sorry, once again, I got a real nasty tickle in my throat here this morning. I hope it doesn't mean anything. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's finish that off. Okay, so instead of doing it that way, I'm going to see how close and how far in that direction I can get to. So we'll push you kind of as far away as possible. And then I'm going to see how many I can fit in a line here. So let's say right 1, 2, and 3. All right, so 3 of them fit very comfortably there. That means I can do the other 2 on this side. In fact, I can just do 2 on this side and 3 on the other. That's how we're going to do it. This is how we do it. So we're going to take that line out. Just that line, thank you. Not the ones in the water. There we go. Then we'll take you. And again, let's just figure, let's say we're going to go right down this way. Just like that. Grab our water extractor. And then we can put you... let's just move you back a little bit from the footpath. So we'll put 1 there. And snap you into place there. And you are nicely lined up. We'll get you turned around. Actually, we'll do it that way. How's that about right? That's about right, Gap? Yeah, that's about right. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's going to be 1. Gang. And we'll do the same thing over on this side here. So we'll grab our 1 meter foundation. And let me get underneath. There we go. Losing the daylight. It's interesting. The water turns off the blue hologram. It just looks like the regular foundation. It doesn't get that blue shimmy. Now I'm pretty sure there's no way in heck I am going to get 5 in depth down here. How many foundations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I need like 13 foundations for 5 of them. What is this weird little... Huh. It's this weird little kind of crack in the water here. I think I'm just gonna have to do it basically the same way as I did these. So we'll grab you. So we'll get you nice and tucked in on the corner here. Get you flipped around. How's that sitting? Yeah, pretty good actually. I fell into the water. And then we'll put another one there. Yeah, so I can't get the third one there, but I can come across this way here. And let's just perch a bit. Ah! Don't fall off. Okay, so that's going to line up, and I'm thinking, has that got you about evenly spaced? Or close enough. And now I should be able to get the other 2 in this gap. And I can. Alright, so that's another gang. And then for our next batch, I'm thinking I'll just go in a lovely line. Oh, there's some radioactive. Do I want to go here? Or do I want to go just straight through here? And I think I'm just going to take the easy way out this time. And go straight out there. And let's get our 1 meter foundation. There we go. And I'll just put one right back in there. Need a place for the pipe, so let's go like that. Fine. Water extractor, please. And these ones I should be able to get all 5 just in a straight row. I'm hoping. Yeah, of course, can't nudge. Just kind of a thing I really would like to be able to nudge. So we'll put you there. 3, 2. Turn to count. 3, 4. Need a little bit more foundational. Don't really need this one because I'm using the snap against his fellow machines as my guide. There we go, but like so. All right, so that is all of the water I'm going to need for this power plant. And I think I can just take these guys out and replace them with some 2 meter. It's unusable space anyway, so I might as well just make it walkable space like that. Okay, so now pipelines. like I need to go further across here. At least make it wider. And then finish bridging. There we go. Okay, power lines. Now that we can daisy chain, we'll just daisy chain through. Like that. And the wires kind of pass through the machines a little bit weirdly, but you know what? It is what it is. But I won't do it to my own, so we'll go there. In fact, let's grab a street light. Right there. I can go there. And eventually we'll have a light there. Okay, piping. So, logistics. We want one of these. And I'll run the pipe. Let's see, we go 1, 2. 1, 2. Or do I want to go up by 2? I mean, I don't really need to here. I certainly don't need 2 of those up there. Okay. Let's go back in here. Let's change 5 to our Mark IIs. And then we'll plug you in. There. One of those, and run some more pipe. Right there. I'm gonna turn off zoot for these. And I think I can go right there. Alright. Yeah. Blink. And point. Excellent. And now we'll grab one of our lovely T-junctions. We'll get those guys to settle into place and hold on the control key and get them to snap in. And snap in, and then we can just go whoop. And in we go. Just like that. Alright, that's bank 1. And we'll run you down the middle. I'll grab you there. And 1, 2. I was just measuring how far I can go with that other one, which is that far. There we go. All right, it's that one. Now we can get these guys. So we'll. Man, I just got a soaker on my boot. Well, that's an interesting question. Is that a Canadianism? You got a soaker? That's been you step into a puddle with your shoe and it gets soaked. Water gets in, you get a very wet sock. It's very uncomfortable. We call it a soaker, at least back in my day. Or whatever else calls it. There we go. And let's get a. Now we need a full junction. And full junction, and then we can plug these guys in there. power in. We're gonna have a street light again. We'll put the street light here. And we'll point it towards the center of the intersection. Because then I can take the power pole from there, go like that, and then go like that, and then I can go to here, and to there. Okay. That's another one. I don't know why I didn't put these guys in line with these. They would have fit, wouldn't they? But why would I make sense? That doesn't make sense. Why would anyone want to make sense? Alright, face of the stairs. Actually, you know what? We're not going to have that. We're going to go straight through. Right like that. There we go. Eventually the other ones will come here. Like that. Nice. Straight should work for this, shouldn't it? Know what straight was built for? Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Next section. How are you shorter? And like that. Okay, let's get our path down the center line. Like I saw. And we can put you there. The reason I keep counting 1, 2 is because that's what gives you a nice curve in the center line. So you get these nice straight angles. Okay, and then we can grab our junction and lock that into place, and lock that into place. Why did I do? You know what? I'm not. Nope. I did something weird back there. I'm not gonna go look at it. Just gonna let it be. All right, and then next. Just no, I can't do that. Oh, I can do this. Yeah. No, I can't. Nope, none of those will work. Okay, we'll do it. Keep doing it this way. And by it, I mean putting in the power poles and whatnot. Again, the power pole there. We're gonna have a street light. And pop you into place. Right there. And now we just get everything else plugged in. Just like that. Flip you back to straight, and there we go. Alright, that's section 1 done. And we just need to get you plugged in. So we're going to grab off the lower. Run you to there, and run you to there. And there. Let there be power. Okay, now, moving our way down. Let's come up by 1 or 2, spaced them out by a few. Yeah, that should be fine for this next level. And I am going to be right back. I'm just going to take a quick bio break, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Alrighty. Okay, so we're out to here now. Don't have my flashlight on anymore. Let's grab some walls, and we're gonna just drop some walls down. As we're gonna make a next level tier right down here, as we have to come out anyway to clear the cliff face here. So we'll grab some foundations, and then let's go a little bit higher up. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. We'll just go right across here, like that. And like that. And then I'll have to move that power wire here. Whoops. Okay, well, you know what? That doesn't have to be there. I delete. I disconnected the power. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and I have a plan for this platform beyond just being a place for it to change directions, as I also going to put in some bufferage. So we're going to grab some industrial buffers. We're going to put in 3 of them. Now these guys take up a lot of space, don't they? Wow, they really do. We'll put one here. We'll add some more foundationals. Grab another one and slap you in beside. And pop you in down there. And I think I'm going to take these walls back out now that I'm looking at them. We just want the pretty water to be front and center. All right, let's do that. Okay, so the waters, they are spread across both of these. Okay, that's good to know. So we know we'll grab one of these, put it right there, one right there, and one right there. how's that gonna work? How will this look? Will this look really janky? Yeah, a little bit. Let's retry this again. So as long as I'm a little bit away from the edge, so there's enough room for the pipes to change direction comfortably. Go like that. And then I pop you there, turn you like that, come to here, 1, 2. And that should give you a nice angle. And 1, 2. And then for this one, we turn you and like that. Okay, so now my pipes can go from here to like that. You are going to go into there using the straight, but we're going to do it that way. And then you will plug it in here. And then we can, again, which one do we want to use here? Whichever one will actually work, and it only looks like noodle's going to work for that cork turn. That's fine. And then we'll do noodly, and we'll go noodly. Okay, of course they're not going to be filling. I haven't connected the pipes yet. Okay, and then we bring this to the front. All 3. There we go. That should be all 3 of those containers now filling up happily. Happily, happily, happily. How are we gonna get down? I think we're just gonna have to drop down to the next little platform area there. I'm gonna find a perch here. Let's get right there and let's just get some, I can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, so we are gonna now reclaim the wall. Oh no, it's just another brick in the wall. We don't need no education. And no, we don't need no control. I gotta make this look intentional and, you know, slightly nice. Stop circling. Okay. Huh. Okay, I have to come out one more. Okay. Now, let's make it look not quite so janky. Who has hostile to... Is it you? Gotta be you. Oh, they kind of put a little extra into that animation. Like it threw its hands up in the air. All right, what was I doing? I was going into my foundations here, and I wanted to grab this guy. So we're going to go across like that, and then we're going to go and grab these guys, the doubles. There we go. Right. Okay, well, fine. You want to do it this way? We'll do it this way. I swear to God, sometimes the way they have these, the way that snaps, just okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna run this brace back now. I swear to God, I'm being trolled by the damn game. And then I should be able to drop all of these too far out. I just wanted to see. I knew the way you were, but I just wanted to double check. Okay, fine. I'll disconnect the power line for a moment. And there we go. And pretty much this is just a guide wall. It is not a, this at least the wall I'm putting in right now is not a permanent fixture. It is just so I have something to bring the pipes down with. All right. Let's get to our, no, wrong way. Okay. And then we're gonna go to the wall. It would have been nice if I had a proper plan, but I didn't have a proper plan, so sorry guys, I'm dragging you along for some of the more tedious aspects. I usually try to do a lot of this stuff off camera, just because it is a bit tedious. You know, a lot of put something in, take it out, put something in, take it out. But my original idea did not survive the morning call, so to speak. All right. Oops. That doesn't run into anyone, does it? Yeah, it does. So we'll go to here. Grab from here and plug you in like that. And likewise, we'll grab you, put you there, and then I can just toss you into there. How are these guys doing anyway? Already full. 2400 ready to go. Awesome. Okay. Down to the next platform here. And we'll grab you. And we'll switch you back to horizontal to vertical. And then we can nudge you right up against the wall there. And all the way down to there. And then we can do the same for you. And we'll have to kind of be careful with you. You keep wanting to make a closed loop. See you behaving yourself like that. And to there. there. And the only hilarious thing about all of this effort I'm putting in right here is that it won't mean a hill of beans, because pretty much almost every gallon of it is like, yeah, this is an awful lot of effort for literally it's one thing. I'm not going to have like I'm doing my world's water supply and I'll never have to worry about water again or anything like that. Nope. It ain't nothing like that. Okay, so I have to start thinking about what I'm going to do when I get down to the bottom. But sure, how I'm going to transport the water. I almost think I'll extend the road, because that's really quick and easy to do. Then I'll just, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to deliver the water. I don't know, what am I going to need? 2 stations? Yeah, one for each of the outside gets its own station, and then I'll split the one in the middle between the 2 stations. That should be enough. 750 per station? I don't know. I've never used them. They're brand new. First time I'll be using them. I put one in, so I got the yay achievement. So, before I put that in there, let's actually go get that set up. Let's grab the road segment. Use the side street blueprint. Is it the side street one? Yeah. And yeah, I'll just hold it in place. I love vertical zoom. Or nudge. I don't think I'm gonna need. And down a little bit more, and over, and that way, and that way. There we go. I don't need a hypertube going any further down. So we're gonna put that guy there. You can put this guy here. Oh, this is actually going to work, I think, quite nicely. Ooh. Yeah. Let's get rid of this clown. And reload. Okay, now I do have a slight awkward situation here is how I'm going to get all this to, you know, anchor. You know, I'll have to think about that for a while, but fortunately nothing pressing for it. Now, our 2 stations. So let's go to our blueprints. Transportation, truck station. Sure, we'll just have you snap like that. Oh, it's gonna have to rotate you a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And lift you up. And lift you down. Okay, so that one lines up like that. Let's see where the next one will go. We can go either here. Oh, I have used all my concrete. Oh, poopies. Okay, well, let's run back to take a quick trip back to the hub. We'll dump the stuff that we've picked up. And switch lane. Nah, I didn't switch lanes. That's one of the issues. Okay, so yeah, having the accelerators is great unless you're using these T-junctions. Because you have to hit the E at the right place, and yeah, I didn't have time. But I'm fine now. It's all good now. Well, that was perfect timing. No, freaking just clipped me right out of the air. Let's maybe not have that happen again. Oh, that was freaking hilarious. See you, suckers. Warp speed. And then smash into the safety railing. Okay, so yeah, it's a nice view from here. I am definitely going to have to get some supportage underneath there. That is one of my habits, is not quite fully finishing the buildings. I get the full functionality in there, but I'll quite often leave that last little bit of prettifying alone. Okay, I gotta get rid of a lot of this stuff here just so I can pick up the concrete. All right, so what can go in here? Not the pale berries. Do we have anything that can go in there? Not in that case, okay. Here I can put the pillberries. I really don't need these leaves. I mean, the amount of effort it'll take me to run across there and put the 15 leaves in, but I can throw the guts for all of these guys up in there. Make sure they get sorted out correctly. I slowed that belt down just because it was going so fast sometimes, is that the overflow was catching and then trying to spit it out through the safety sort. Here we go. How are you doing over here? You're probably full. Yeah. I'm going to leave that there alone for now. What else was I going to do? Slugs. Deposit the slugs here, so I'll put those guys, and those guys. I do not need to be carrying that, whatever it is, copper. They should sort out quite handily. There we go, and I do need to grab some more of these, and that is my supply of power crystals. And there we go. So now I've got 100 power shards on me, ready to go, and these guys will process through. Let's go and see what else we can get rid of. So we'll go to the junk system. How many tickets are we up to? Yeah, see, we're starting to generate tickets here, which has allowed me to go and buy some things. Just to start helping the place look prettier, like all the billboard signs and all the fun stuff. Now, what do I not need on me? Right now, I do not need those. I'm getting those in the depot so I could deposit them. I'm not going to throw the aluminum away. Don't really need to be carrying the aluminum. I'm not doing anything that uses aluminum. Not yet, anyway. Always end up with so many steel beams. Yeah, I think that should do it for now. Yep, that's good. All right, and those tickets I just gathered, let's put them over here with our existing 12. So I've got 15 tickets, so I can go do some shopping. But I'm not going to go do some shopping. Let's Focus. Focus. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And some more, 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 some more, some more. You don't go. You do some more, some more, some more, and some more. There we go. I am going to have to do a massive Mercer Sphere collection because I really do want to increase my upload speeds. But it's expensive to do that. So if we look at our alien technology here, increasing my upload stack speed is 7 Mercer Spheres, and then 13 Mercer Spheres, and then 23 Mercer Spheres. Yeah, that's 3. Well, that's the upload speed. That's the amount. I should probably do this one. Yeah, I got the stuff for that one. Okay, no, I'll do this one. I've got 16 Mercer Spheres. I just don't want to use them all, because I really like having the dimensional depots handy, but I don't know if I necessarily need more depot. Yeah. Alien technology down here, and start research. What are you looking for?
Dimensional upload speed increased. Part of the kinetic and thermal energy released during matter conversion has now been repurposed to aid with dimensional shifting, allowing for more parts to be transferred in a short time frame.
Loop the veins, use the flow, make a curve out of a line. Your shallow minds create shallow solutions. Pretty ripples.
Shallow mind? Pretty ripples? I certainly hope that wasn't meant to include me.
I really like their budding friendship. Alright, got that.
Potential for harnessing alien energy completed. FICSIT has identified 2 development tracks requiring additional research to integrate Somersloops safely and efficiently into FICSIT technology.
The loop organ contains scripture, contains instruments to compose symphonies of root and rot and recycling. Shrines to evolution and revolution.
I see. It seems we truly are building understanding.
I don't know what the hell he's saying, but it's making more sense as it goes along. So, alien lady is definitely learning to communicate better. Okay, so I need some more of the goop. Reanimated sand. Oh, man. Now I don't have enough room. Well, I don't need that anymore, so we can put another stack of reanimated salmon there. I don't have any computers on me, do I? Oh, no, I don't. But I do have a bunch of steel plate, and I can, you know what, I'm just gonna, no one saw anything. Now I can go find my computers, grab a stack of 50, grab a stack of 50, and I have all the computers. Alright, alien technology. Let's get the power augmentation. I thought I grabbed 100 of these. Did I not grab 100 of those? No, apparently I did not grab 100 of those. There. Now I have 100 of those. Alien technology. There we go. And research.
Power augmenter unlocked. Somersloops naturally harvest. Yes, harvest energy from distant sources and distribute it locally. The power augmenter supercharges Somersloops by feeding it local power, increasing its harvesting range and efficiency, and thus power output. Basically, the more power it's given, the more it provides.
Do not loop the loop organ. It will shred and tear and unravel the threads, many temples burned.
Good to know. That confirms that hypothesis.
Alright, so that power augmentation is a good little emergency thing. Again, you know, you have to go out and collect all your Somersloops. But if you happen to have some, I can now, I think... No, where is it? Oh, there we go. Wait. It has already increased my production. That used to be 120. It's now all that. Wow. Look at that. We're doing good. I'm not going to increase. Putting the power crystals in will increase the amount of fuel that I need. I mean, yes, that would increase. I can use less power generators that way. But I don't want to change that. I want to keep that at what it is at. I can hear one of my generators just kicking in and out, and it's really bothering me. Huh, where is the power reduction? Is that actually something in here? Ah, alien power augmenter. Boy, yep, that is a thing. Okay, we'll look at that later. I do not have the sloops for that. But I think my power does look like it's... I don't know. I really don't know. Some of this new stuff in here I'm still trying to figure out, and I've been playing the game since 2019. So who the hell knows? Okay. Have we got everything yet? Have I got everything I'm going to need? Do I want anything more? No. I think I can go back and finish at least getting the waterfall, and then we can start thinking about getting the rest of the stuff in. I mean, honestly, the easiest part is going to be the oil. And up. I should paint the pipes. That might be a good idea. That's that is something I'm very bad at, is I never really color things very well. I'm just not that kind of colorer. See, that's what I'm talking about. Leaving those pillars missing, not putting them in. And I don't want to. I want to move on to the next greatest thing. Alright, now let's see how you would fit in beside, if in you would. No, you're totally embedded into there. What if I brought the whole, everything back this way by one? Okay, yep. Hang on. I'm onto something here. Let's grab this, and we'll grab this. Then we'll grab our tractor station, our truck station, our station regardless. And we need to rotate you. Okay, lift you up. Push you down. You are lined correctly up. Yes, you are. Let's get rid of these. Then we grab you, and we'll tuck you into the side here. Like that. Oh. Nope, we'll have to go to the other side here. Like that. The power wires are going to get in the way, and I have to keep those clear, but we can do that now. Use these guys, and these two. Let's grab our markings, so patterns. And we'll just remove the patterns along here. Like that. There we go. And let's put some safety in. And let's get our zoop going. Like, oh, and there we go. Okay, that's our water stations. No, they're not. Those are not water stations. We are going to have to change these out to the fluid station, but it should fit in the same place. So, fluid truck station. Oh, fuel is going to be an issue, isn't it? I'll have to think about and solve that. I'm going to put that there. And then you can align. I got you backward. And right there. Of course, that does mean, yeah, so these pads are broken now. That's good. Okay, automatically fixed them. I'm going to have to take these guys out anyway because they're tractor pads, and I can't use tractor pads. I'm going to have to switch them over to the universal. But, okay, so that's got those guys. Make sure we've got power going to everybody here. Okay, this gives me an interesting opportunity. Do something maybe a little different with that. Nah. All right. Next is what? Next is stalling. While I think about what is next, by maybe doing something here, just so that looks again a little bit better supported. And I'm thinking we'll go with one of these. Nah. What else we got? Nope, that's the same thing. Yeah, that's all right. And then if I put in beside it, one of them. Here, that doesn't look quite as precarious. Okay, now, once the water gets down here, sorry, just totally getting distracted here once again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch it to vertical. Please miss everything. Pardon me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you miss everything? No, you hit right smack dab into that, don't you? Complaining about, you know, I don't do enough of these pillars here, and then I'm thinking, why am I wasting my time doing these pillars here? Okay, the reason I did all of that is so I can figure out where I'm bringing the water down to, because I have to do the divisions and all that fun stuff, and I think what I can do is combine the basements of both of these guys. So if we go like that, I did, you know, leave them hollow underneath here. Like that. And turn my flashlight on. There we go. That can go there. Yeah, so I can feed the water in through here. We need 2 outlets coming up. So we're gonna have one here, and I'll put the other one right out there. I wonder how well I can divert the coal. Oh wait, I can divert a lot of coal, because I have the Mark IV built now. So I'm going to increase the production on this guy by a little bit. If I've got some more. Yeah, I got lots more. So let's put one of these in here. Start doing some upgrades on our conveyance, because I'm going to need to fuel the trucks running back and forth. And quite frankly, the easiest is utilizing coal. I mean, it's ironic, I'm heading over to a fuel station, and I'm using coal. But what is life without some irony? I don't mean the Atlantis Morse kind of irony. Okay, Mark IV, Mark IV. And that should do... Yeah, okay. Alright, so that's where I can get the fuel. So stop worrying about it for the moment. Let's keep concerning ourselves with actually filling up these truck stations, because we're very, very close to that. So again, I can go and put one of these in here, and we'll put one of those there. And we'll see which one looks the nicest. Sure. Let's be a little silly. Yep. We're just going to be just the tiniest bit silly about it. Okay. So now we put right here one of our little one of these. So we line you up in the center there. We line you up there. Because then we can go into there. Let's change our mode here. I guess Noodle is actually still the better. Yeah, Noodle work. No, Noodle's not working. I guess, yeah, horizontal, vertical. We'll do just fine. Except apparently for this one. Oh, that's what it's gonna be. Okay. So we have our center one there. You go there, and you can go there. And then, boop. Boop. And finally, boop. Alright, so that's where ultimately the water is going to end up. We'll bring down our guide wall. This is just a guide wall. It will not survive. It is a sacrificial wall. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did mean to do this, though. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay, okay. We can make something a little bit more than just a plain platform here. Let's grab some windows, drag them across. And do the same here. Like that. We can grab a little bit of a partial wall. And run you through there. Like so. There's some funky sound echoes going on in my ears here as I'm putting this stuff down. And I'm okay with it. Alright, there we go. So we'll replace you, though, with one of you. That means I don't need you. Because now I'm going to go grab the pipe holes. We'll put one here. One there. Let's actually spread them out just a touch more. There we go. And then you go into there. You go there. And you go there. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's try that again. All right. Now, let's go fetch our pipes. Actually think I need to be down here. I need a platform. Alright, so to turn the corner, I'm going to go cross like that. Now let's head up. And... ow. Back to horizontal, vertical. So, you go there, yeah. Oh, look at that, I can just catch it. I can go there. And let's see if I can catch the other one. Look at that. Awesome. You have to come this way one. There we go. use the walls now. The walls fell down. All across the... I have no idea what the lyrics to that one are. Hash you, the walls fall down. And I should be able to just grab from here. Pull you down as far as you'll go, which is to there. And for the cloud, we'll cover to move away, and then we can put that one there. And I'll wait for the crowd, and that can go there. And we'll do the same. We'll just pull the walls out that I don't need anymore, which is all these guys up to here. All these guys down to here. All right. Do we have to come down any further? Can I use the straight and whatnot to actually carry this? Ah, I missed. Let's also use that. Okay, there. Let's see what happened if I try to do this. But you try straight. Nope, straight won't want to work. Then we're gonna have to bring you actually to this wall. Okay. How far down? Let's say to there. To there. And to there. So now, can I go straight? No, straight does not want to do it. Alright. Why does straight not want to do it? Yes, okay, you know what I can do? So he just aimlessly kind of yammers at himself. Put a temporary platform going across, because then I can properly aim you guys. Let's try doing this. Okay. No there. Straight work now. No, why can I not get straight to work? Straight function works so good on the conveyors, but it really doesn't want to work very well with the pipes, does it? Support structure stuff, and apparently things that I don't want to get rid of. Let's get rid of that. Use this now, and then we can just plug these guys directly in like so. And then I can get rid of the wall, get rid of this, and that and that, and I'll use the wall. Place to stand here? No, of course I picked a place that has absolutely no animals. There we go. And then we can put a roofing of some kind up here. Well, let's say we just go with... we go with a 1 meter pitched. What will we do for that one? And then on this side, I go with the flat ones. And move those along. Yeah. Is everybody plugged in? Yep, pipe is full. And pipe is full. Okay, so all the pipes are full. We can close this up again. Why are you not filling? Is the problem with the fluid holes again? What is the issue here, folks? Okay, no, you're full of water. You're full of water. Why is the water not getting into... Come on! Let me out! Okay, so why is the water not actually going into the station? I mean, filled up immediately. So that's not the issue. This is very, very strange. Is it because I haven't put any fuel in there? Okay, well let's take care of that then. I'm feeling very bothered. How do I want to bring the fuel over here? That it actually looks half decent. I think what I'll do is we'll go like this, and then we'll go up by 2. So that, no, we'll go up by 3. That should make sure that all the trucks have lots of room. Yeah, I'm just gonna get the water, and I'm not getting probably anything else done today. Which is not what I want it to be. What am I gonna where am I going to bring the coal over through? Probably right through this sidewalk right here, which ends up perfectly there. Yeah, okay, that works. So we'll grab a splitter. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And 1, 2. At the right height? Yes, it is. And then right through the lens and right through everything like that. I'm gonna get rid of these. And let's move this to the back, or back a little bit further. Up down. I'm gonna do it. I might as well make it look good. There, that'll look a little cleaner. Should be the right height. Yes. Nope. One more. And actually, nah. We'll do that. How clever do I feel? You know what? Instead of having to put another splitter in, I'm just going to utilize what the one I got. Pick that up to 480, and then I'll just come out this way. Yeah. Yeah, you rascally wabbit. I'm going to need a wall here eventually at some point, so I might as well put it in now, and then I can go boopity boopity. Excellent. And then we come all the way over to here. We then grab our backers and go 1, 2. Electric boogaloo. Yep. And by I just had a thought. I probably actually need to do this. Boom, 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 boom. How do I want to do it this way? I think probably the best is to go up like this. And then come across like that. You're in the wrong place anyway, so let's do this. But I think everything else is at the right height. Especially if I switch it back to default. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we can get some coal going this way. Will this reach? Probably not. No. Of course it doesn't. Why would it? Alrighty. Sure, we'll go right here, up by 4. And into there. And into there. Oh, you are not powered. That's right, because I disconnected you. Dumbass. Alright. See, just sometimes you have to take a moment. Are there power connections in different places? I think they might be. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm going to put, seeing as I took a light away, a light there. We'll throw another light right here. And then we'll use those to bridge. There. Right? Yeah. And then I'll take a connection from here. Pip you right there. And then I can just pip you into there, and then into there. Now you should be filling up. And there you go. Excellent. Okay. So that hopefully is plenty for my water supply. Now let's get our tractor paths in place. So we're going to look for our universal vehicle path. So the first thing you always want to do now is you always want to make sure you're snapping to the station. So you can see how it just suddenly reverses direction. That's now snapped properly to the station. So whatever vehicle comes along, we'll be able to run along there. And then coming around the other side here, I can come through here. Now, hopefully these stupid ass giant fuel trucks aren't going to take up every little bit of the space. No, I did that one incorrectly. Let's try this again. Universal vehicle path, and we're going to come in through here. We'll just go to there. Now I should be able to make this corner. I think I might have to move the station a little bit. Yep. Yep, that's telling me I have to move this station over by one. I think that should catch it now. Find out. Let's try that again. Please connect. Yes, okay, there we go. That's better. Of course, now I have to re-plug everything back in. Like these guys. That's nothing. Alright, now we gotta move this guy over by one, because he had the same kind of orientation business going on. Come on. Just drop it somewhere. Okay. I'm going to take these out. Yeah. Again, we'll bring that path through here. It is very much like how you would lay train tracks down. Okay, let's grab a fluid truck. I want to see how well it fits in here. Who are you clipping? I could fix that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's take those out. And we'll just angle it. There. Kind of nice that the trucks will actually follow the path, so you can test it. Okay, so he's going to come around this corner here. Nope. Alright, who are you encroaching? Probably... what? Don't know. What do you not like? Oh no? Oh, we'll find out. And then this guy... happily go around. Yeah, it's just something at a certain point it gets a little bit funky. Okay. Back to the universal path. And the nice thing is it... oh, but I can't just tie into this path. I have to use my own path. I really wish you could upgrade these. I mean, I could connect the universal path too. And then have the tracker path? What would happen if I did that? We just need the tracker path still to go that way. But if I take all of these tracker paths, make all the tractors very unhappy, but I should now be able to snap to there. Bring all these guys back the way they were. Now using the universal path. You can snap into there now. And then I can keep going this way. Also change this. You don't need to do that anymore, I don't think. I think they're just going to have you round the corner like that, and then I grab the universal again and then plug into there, and then I should be able to continue on down to here. Won't quite reach, that's fine. Into there. And you can see the tractor that was upset about the whole thing is no longer upset and is resumed his normal operations. Alright, let's make sure that the other station tractor has enough room to get through. And then we can run this down this way. Oh, that's as far as we're going to get. And then we go like that. Yeah. Need to do some more replacing. And make everybody angry again. Okay, that'll work. Oh, someone's upset. Who's upset? That's because I haven't finished your path. And he's no longer upset. So that's good. That the tracker paths, the universal paths, you can snap them together. You can't just overlay and replace, but you can remove, like re-and-read, so remove and replace the section, and then the trackers will just readapt. So universal path is definitely the way to go with this. Okay, let's finish getting our roots locked in over here. Okay, so he's gonna come around the corner there, and then you're gonna round the corner this way. That, and then we just have to go a little short distance and around the corner to there. He is probably going to be hitting this light post. I'm going to remove Mr. Light Post. And just connect straight across like that. Okay. Let's grab our truck. Fluid truck. And let's tube those in. Alright, this is water station B. Waterfall station. Yeah, that's it. It's the waterfall station. Bravo. I'm just going to copy that. Control C. And this will be water station Alpha. So I'll paste that in there. Water station Alpha. Why do you not look like you have any coal? Why are you not plugged into? I must have missed. Oops. There we go. Okay, let's go take the whatever the coal is. Fuel. I did the same thing on this side. Oh no, because I moved the stations. That's why these belts aren't connecting. Ha 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 ha. Dummy. Like that. And back into there. Alright, I should actually have a crap ton of coal on me. Oh no, I don't, because my pockets were full. Ha 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 ha. I guess I'll just toss that. Okay, a little bit of fuel. And a little bit of fuel. And let's actually paint you guys. Hey, let's actually put the appropriate color on all this stuff. Is that the right color? Try a better blue. Yeah, that's a better blue. Including my fluid trucks. You are water truck. Bravo. And you are water truck Alpha. And there we go. Okay. So those guys are ready. Water's come down. Everything's full up. Let's finish painting these guys. There we go. All right. Now, we need a place for all this water. Which is going to be right down here. I should probably do something about the launch mechanism there. Okay, we're going to move these guys out of here because I am putting the same damn station over on the other side. Like that. And that is aligned. That is aligned. Excellent. Now we can go stand on something over here. Yeah, this is where the hover pack is nice. But no hover packy yet, so we'll try to just make do. All right. Yeah, so that's definitely... I had it too far back on the other side there. It has to be just a smidge more forward. All right. Come on. There we go. And then... there we go. We'll do that. And plug you into there. Lose that. We can lose that. And we can lose that. Because now I can grab these. So let's set up our routing here. So again, we snap it to the station and then we'll just come to right here. And around the corner we go. And right about there. Let's lose the barriers here. Including a weirdly placed light pole. No more fencing. Like that. I am going to have to bring the power back over. I can do that there. Go to there. All right, you're on the main grid. Is everything over here on the grid? I believe so. Yes, you are. Are you powered? Yes, you are. Excellent. Okay, so that's going to bring the water over here. So we'll call this water or power. Power, water, receiving, Bravo. And make sure I copy all that. And alpha. Like that. Okay, and we gotta plug all our little roots in. Sorry, you do have to move. I can't actually have you here. These trucks do not have the greatest maneuvering, so we can cross feed you like so. Again, are you powered? Yes, you are. And you are extraneous. You're doing nothing. Okay. Let's get the rest of this truck pathing in. There we go. Littlest, tiniest. Hopefully the truck will not have a problem with this. Yeah, here's. Let's get up to the on platform and let's see if we can't make this maneuvering. Now it really doesn't like anything about this. Okay. Tractors have a tighter turn circle. That is definitely apparent now. And parts of the station blueprint just aren't designed very well for bigger trucks. So let's give it a little bit more room for the corner. Like that. Can you guys make the corner now? Nope. Well, geez, whizzikers. Yeah, it won't make that corner. Is there any other form of path that will make this corner? No, I got straight and I got default. No, the problem here is this width. Trucks just can't properly maneuver in this narrow confines. So I am going to have to widen my narrow confines. And I might have to do an adjustment on my blueprint. Again, great for tractors, not so good for trucks. Which is problematic. It's interesting because I did manage to get him to turn the corner on the other side, but I don't know if they're going to actually function. That's the question. Will it, in fact, work? Okay. So we're going to come in from here now. And I should be able to just happily... Yep. Alright, it's going to come out this way to here. And then I should be able to just, yeah, there we go. All right, so that's what I need to do. I need to be one, or the trucks, I just need to be 1 and 1, slightly larger. So we're gonna have to do the same thing over on this side here. Yeah, the tractor paths definitely have an easier time making these maneuvering corners, but you know what? That is fine. It might be why I kind of, when I first started playing with them a few weeks back or a couple of months back, and I ended up using the tractor paths, not universal, because it wasn't maneuvering the way I wanted. I couldn't figure out why. Now I understand it. I think I've got an idea of why. Okay, so light posts. You're really not doing anything over here anyway. So let's run all of this down here. There we go. And now we'll just need to snap it into place. In there. Sorry, I went quiet there for a while. Let's use the straights. And then we'll come to here. And we'll just use default. Like that. And you have to turn into there. There we go. Oop. What's happened here? Oh, that's my Okay, now we need to connect to the end of the line. Can't really figure out what the color coding is yet. Not that it really matters. I could just make a light post. Another thing that can't be nudged. That should work. Gonna find out. I'm gonna send one of the trucks on a trial run, and then if it works, we'll just let them do their thing. Okay, let's squeeze in and head that back. Apparently these two are upset about something. All right, let's start with you. Vehicle path. Water. Want the receiving A. Water fall station A. Enable. And away we go. Well, I guess we'll take the drive first. Oh, that's okay. I need to set the stations to load, unload. Oh, this is just lightning fast. Look at us go. Woo! Just kind of do it a little, I guess that's fine. All right, coming up to the next station here. I'm gonna hop out. We quickly set this one to unload. Realize it's not connected to any power. We'll quickly plug in. And I'll just drive up on the curb. Okay. Let's take these curbs out. They're clearly not helping. Come back, Mr. Truck, come back. Betcha, I wonder if I'm gonna have the same problem at the other side. I don't know. We'll find out. Can we go faster? Oh, wow. You're getting all up to a whole 50. Nope. 49. Nope. Yeah. Vehicle's not fast. And that's 3,200 water. Okay, we'll let that do its thing. Let's get this one going now. And we'll do the same thing. We'll run a test run. So, water. We're going to go to all station first, and then we'll go to receiving, enable autopilot. We'll do our little snap to the path. And now we should get our refill. Okay, that's kind of cute. I like how that works. And away we go. In our super slow mobile. Gotta give credit. You know, the traffic management's doing a good job. He slowed down, let a guy cross, let him do his thing. So good for that. Good on him. Yeah, you never really think about how much of a time eater this game can be. Yeah, I'm just clipping that pole, but doesn't seem to be bothering anyone. Oh, here comes the other truck. Beep, beep. You know, they're beeping at each other as they go past. All right, let's see if this one gets hung up on anything. Oh, you're good there. You're coming nicely around the corner. You're not riding up because I placed you correctly. All right, and there we go. You need to unload. All right, and there we go. We are ready to put in the power station. Hey, there's a plug over there. Let me just go grab that. Yes, we have an impure right here. So if I need some more supplemental oil, or crude, we're already in the right place. Oh, that is a Mercer.
Waves lap at our shores. When will you land?
I've got no room. Sure, now I have way more than enough concrete that I need.
I have a question.
Sing your song.
Can you explain what a temple is?
A temple is a vessel body, each a knot in our tapestry. Temples are root, vein, and organ. Temples are our shallow bones and our shallow windows.
I think I understand, but how do you maintain them?
The builder blood grows and kills and distributes.
Like fungus in a forest.
Like fungus in a forest.
It's a little funny that I even got a nuclear or a uranium deposit out here. Like, the randomness just kind of... like, there's not a really... If you're kind of just work with it, you don't have any reason to leave the desert at the moment. Or at least I have no reason to leave the desert at the moment. I've got my oil, I've got my uraniums, I got, you know, sand ore everywhere, I got iron everywhere, I got... all of the stuffs. Okay, there we go. Now we have a place for our... I don't know if I can knock you down. Our power station. We've got our water anyway. We've got our crude right there. Gonna probably build this thing at a reasonable height. Like right about like that, maybe? So we can clear everything, which is, yeah, maybe just slightly below the height of the stations there. This will be the top deck. I'll have everything else underneath, but I think that's going to do it. And I think that's going to do it for today. Thanks, guys, for watching. What did we get accomplished? Well, we got the water ready, and I think next week we'll get the rest of the power. As I am definitely operating on borrowed time right now. That doesn't look too awful over there. Yeah, it's good. We're all good. There. Don't know if it's enough water yet. Don't know how it's going to do. We'll get her up and running. We'll see how it works. Each truck is carrying 3,200. I only need 1,600 per minute. Yeah, it takes a few minutes, so that's 4 times the amount. We'll see how fast the trucks fill. I can always add additional vehicles onto the route, but we won't know until we get it up and running, which will be next week. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, maybe think about subscribing. Thank you, Lee Barron, for being a channel member. And if you want to help support the channel by becoming a channel member, you can either use the link in the description or hit the join button below. But for now, that's going to be it. Hey, everyone, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day out there. Be safe. Be good. Till next time. See ya.